And, I've said so many times that we're not going to make disciples of nations in a subgroup or a subculture called Sunday morning church. The only way we're going to make disciples of nations is to use all of the powers and gifts God gave us to go out from the church, go into all the world. And so you live in an economic world, and but you must come across a lot of adverse spirits, what I say, greed,
Sure.
uh, fear. And how do you deal with those things in your personal finances, in your banking finances? How do you deal with those things when you come across them? What do you do?
Yeah. You know, I'm probably not the best person with regard to that. I would say fear and greed exist in finance and certainly in banking, we encounter people with the wrong understanding and application. But I would say that um, I don't know many rich people who focused on money.
Hmm.
They focus on being excellent at something that they're unusually gifted at. And I think often we turn the target wrong. Instead of saying blessing is going to end up in financial gain, and it's how we steward that's going to determine how that is going to be lived out. And so I would encourage, that a life aimed at finances is probably misspent, because I think so often our purpose is so much bigger than that. And our purpose is to literally bring hope into circumstances where people don't know where to turn. And I think um, fear and greed are targets that are easy to put a finger on. But at the end of the day, our economy is built by people who create resources. Some people have created unusual amounts of resources, and that can either trigger my jealousy, or it can trigger my focus to say, that's what God placed in them. What did He place in you?
Hmm.
Um, and we're all going to have different stations. And I think it's important that we not get locked up in comparison, because uh, I tell people the corny story. Why did God create the birds and the insects allow flowers to propagate? I wouldn't have done it that way. I would have thought flowers should have impacted other flowers. But I think we all are supposed to be interrelated in a way that causes us to come to a multiplication. To me, multiplication is evidence that you're in the right kingdom.
Hmm.
When we're in the wrong kingdom, we're going to see division.